Hello there friends. Hi. Hey. So this is a weird place to start a vlog. I've also just ended my weekly vlog in a very weird place as well. So I've literally just filmed my TBR video for Royal Readathon and Polarthon for September. I'm partway through this. Not that you can tell from the bookmark, because the bookmark's right at the beginning of the book. But I'm a couple of chapters into Mel, and so far it's going well. I need to crack on with my reads though, because I literally 2 hours in and I've read like the bare minimum. But I was, give me credit guys, I was filming, and this look took a while to do. And then last night I listened to my pages of Fire with Fire, and I watched the last of the Buffy Watch Along for season 3. So, you know, I started doing my makeup at like 11:45, and we are now at like 2:15, and this is what we have going on. And I've got contacts in. I love these contacts. Might just permanently buy some Volturi. They're called Volturi contacts. Anyway, my Polarthon reads. I've got a Frost Heart, Rainbow Grey, and Mel. They are all, well, this was a really short book. Rainbow Grey, it should be a quick, comfy, cozy, easy middle grade. And Frost Heart, I do have the audiobook for that, so I can just do that. I do have Sprints at 11. I'm staying up for the full 36 hours, so I will be updating you as much as possible. My sanity made it radically throughout this process, because I didn't nap prior to starting the readathon either. So I've been awake since like 6 AM Friday morning, and I was staying awake till 12 PM Sunday. So yeah, there's that. I'm torturing myself for the sake of books. Yay for me. I do have snacks, I do have coffee, I do have sustenance in the form of a salad as well, for some healthy aspect in there, just chucking a healthy peach. But yeah, I will update you when I've read more of this.
Have I been missing your letters? Did you write me at all? Or have I just forgotten how hard I fall? Is he stretching out your belt loops with his fingers and his thumbs, doing everything that I do? Was I not good enough? Does he feel better in your hands? Does he treat you better? Is he more of a man? I'd give you a kiss for every day that I've missed, just to show you that my lips taste better than his. When times get tough, he'll run away, but I'll be right beside you to make it okay. You're stomping down your garden and eating your fruit. I'm planting seeds for what we could do. A flower takes its time to bloom, and I've grown to love you.
Hey, so I haven't updated you much today, but it is only 6:30 and I'm up and awake until midday tomorrow. Did I even start this vlog? I can't remember. I've had no sleep since 6:30 AM Friday. So I read Melt, and this was very okay for me. It was the prompt for global warming, so it was very average. It was 3 stars. Both B and U2. B is a young girl that has just moved to a new school. She moves around a lot. Her dad moves around for his work, and U2 lives on an island, little village in the, is it Antarctic? In an Arctic village. Basically something happens which means that they end up meeting, and it's a little bit about global warming, about the ice caps melting and things like that. But I don't, this is the issue with giving things very middle of the road ratings, is that it was very middle of the road, like very okay. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't very memorable, and even now I only read it a couple of hours ago and I couldn't tell you there was nothing, we didn't get to really know the characters, because this is, like, it's a 250 page book, but we did get to know a little bit about the characters, but I think it was more like a social commentary on climate change, but make it kid friendly. There are middle grades I would read and keep because they would appeal to me as an adult. This isn't one of them. This would appeal to the demographic that it's aimed at, which is why I'm giving it a 3 stars. Very okay. I'm not saying it's rubbish. It's well written. The characters do what they're supposed to do, which is like from two different backgrounds, 2 different ways of living. It was very okay. And yeah, if you would like to get this for a child in order to maybe explain global warming, explain the impact on the ice caps, things like that, I would recommend it for that. But for me personally, I don't have enough room on my shelves as it is, so I don't need to keep that. However, on the upside, we have got Frost Heart. Now, this is still 5 stars for me. I love this. I cannot wait to just dive in to the 3rd book. I've got the 2nd book on my September TBR, and the 3rd book comes out at the end of September. Already pre-ordered, ordered, already sorted, and we're ready and raring to go with that one. And that should be with me sort of beginning of October, and that will be on my October TBR. But once again, this just gets 5 stars. So this follows Ash. He's a song weaver, and song weaving is forbidden in the stronghold that he lives in. The people there are very superstitious, and they believe that because of past instances where this has happened, they believe that anyone who's a song weaver shouldn't be able to use their ability, because they can influence these creatures called leviathans, but also because of the way that the mind and because of the way that the connection works, when they use their song, it means that the leviathans can also sing to the song weaver and potentially influence their behaviours. So they think, and it follows a young boy called Ash who finds out he's a song weaver, and he ends up aboard the Frost Heart with a merry band of men and women who just go on this great journey. And there's a yeti called Tobu who's a grumpy gills, and he's just great. See, I do worry about doing rereads because I don't want my first impression to be tainted, but this is definitely a reread. I am glad that I went. It still gives me 5-star feels. The characters still give me all the good feels, so I am loving that. So I finished that on sprints today, and I did my first ever live sprints today. So if you came to the live sprints and you supported me, whether that was popping on for 2 minutes, staying for the full time, Becca, thank you very much for coming and joining me on there. Love you to bits, you are so amazing. Thank you for not leaving me by myself. Whether you just retweeted my tweet to say that I was going live, anything that you did to support me, it means a lot, because I know that I don't have a massive following, and it does mean a lot that I did have so many people there to support me, so I appreciate that. And I am now moving on to Rainbow Grey. What I'm going to do though is I have an unboxing that I need to edit. I also need to edit some vlog footage. So in order to finish Polarthon, I need to finish Rainbow Grey. In order to finish my TBR for Royal Readathon, which ends on Tuesday, I've still got this to read, which I have also the audiobook for on script, and I've got the Norse mythology, which is about 120 odd pages, which I've got on my Kindle Unlimited, and that will finish my Royal Readathon. But I also have Ship of Destiny to finish. I'm on page 564. I'm buddy reading this with Michael from The Average Reader. I've still got this to read by the end of the month, and I've also got Valley to read. So I've still got quite a bit of reading to do, and we'll see what we can get done. So because this is my Polarthon, technically my Polarthon vlog, I will be moving on to this once I've done a bit of editing when I've quickly edited this unboxing. Jade is on sprints, so I'm going to crack down and look at the illustrations in there. I mean, look at them. Laura Eleanor Anderson is just a brilliant artist. So I'm gonna listen to this whilst I make myself some tea. Take it from there. So once I've finished this book, then my Polarthon TBR will be complete. I will have stopped the meltdown and stopped global warming. If only it was that easy to read a couple of books and stop global warming, I think we'd all do it. So yeah, that is the plan. Don't know what else to say. I'm gonna go and read, and I will update you when there's something to update you on.
Have I been missing your letters? Did you write me at all? Or have I just forgotten how hard I fall? Is he stretching out your belt loops with his fingers and his thumbs, doing everything that I...
Hello friends, so I'm feeling it now. It's now like 3 o'clock. I've edited 2 videos. I've done the thumbnails, scheduled them, all that. So I'm gonna now sit and read Rainbow Grey on my sofa. And yeah, is this a good idea to get comfy? Maybe not, but is it lighting, or am I just, is this lighting? Or is it just really, am I really tired? I'm really white, I don't know. But I want to sit down and read Rainbow Grey and try and get it finished in the next couple of hours. Okay, so I'm halfway through Rainbow Grey. I'm so tired, so tired. But I will do this. I will finish this book, and I will come back to you when I'm finished. But I'm really enjoying it. So many puns. Characters are so cute. Grey, well, she's called Ray. But all her and all her friends are just so adorable. And it was the perfect book to read, because I don't need a whole lot of focus, and I don't have a whole lot of focus right now. But I'm still following the story, but I'm just glad I didn't choose anything like being anything like adult or YA that required a lot of attention and was an in-depth plot. But I will come back to you when I read the rest. And as you can tell by my voice, I'm really tired. I don't have a headache or anything, so obviously I'm not gonna stop until I finish Rainbow Grey, but I probably won't last a full 36 hours, because as soon as I finish Rainbow Grey, I'm going to sleep. So I'll see you all soon. Hello. It's something o'clock in the morning, and it's something. I'm going to sleep. Finished Rainbow Grey, finished Polarthon. I prevented the meltdown, but I'm gonna have a meltdown if I don't go to sleep. So, sleep time for me, and then Becca's sprints are gonna be later, so I've set an alarm. So I should be up for Becca's sprints. And then I'm gonna read Valor and Ship of Destiny, and then go see my friend later. That is the plan, my friends. That is the plan. My hair's a mess, I'm a mess, and it's time for sleep. Bye.
Days and nights, never felt so much. I just can't shut up about you on my mind. You settle me down whenever you're around, I'm alright. I've always tried to be more than I am, but you focus my heart when you're holding my hand. I miss you till I'm sore. My heart hurts, 'cause I've never quite felt like this before. It's cliche, but it's true. I just really like hanging out with you. I just wanna be stupid and happy with you. I just wanna be stupid.
Hey guys, I'm coming at you on a Monday, Tuesday, Friday, whatever day. Polarthon ended anyway, and I wasn't home when I'd finished on books, so I'm just gonna give you a quick roundup of what I did for Polarthon. So, first off, I read Melt. This was a very 3-star read for me. I don't have anything negative to say about it, but I don't have anything positive to say about it. Not positive, it's really hard to explain. So, this was my prompt for the climate change prompt, and it was good. And for younger people, if you want to explain climate change, or you want to try and educate them on different like cultures or ways of living, different types of people, this would be a great way to sort of explain it in a simplified way that's not going to sort of confuse them. It's quite straightforward and easy to understand, like what climate change is affecting. That is great, that message is great. But as a story, you can tell by the length, it isn't long. You don't really get a chance to sort of sit with the characters and get to know them. It's very much sort of like brief introduction, things go down, slight travel story, A to B, end story. It's very quick. This was very okay, and that's not much more I can say about that, to be fair. Frostheart, reread. I just love it if it's possible. I love this even more than I did the first time round. I can't wait to read Frostheart Escape to Aurora, and I can't wait to listen to and read the final Frostheart book that is out in the end of September. I don't know if I'm getting sick or if it's just an allergy to something flaring up. I'm hoping it's the latter, not the former, because I can't be getting sick right now. Just, I have no time to get sick. But yeah, the Frostheart 3 comes out at the end of September. This is the book for Frostheart along, but also used for the ice prompt, question mark. And once again, just, it's heartwarming, it's lovely, it's sad the way that it starts out, but just by the end of this book, I'm just intrigued to continue to find out more about how his journey continues. Obviously I've read the second book, so I know how it continues, but we should have read this for the first time all over again. It's just an experience and it's brilliant. So I would 100% recommend, if you like a cozy little middle grade with a lovely story, heartwarming, brilliant characters, then I would recommend this. And the illustrations, let me just get you a good illustration. Look at that. You are never too old for a book with illustrations in. Next up, we had Rainbow Grey. Now this, I've never read a book by Laura Ellen Anderson, but this is making me want to pick up the Amelia Fang series, the whole shebang, the whole lot, because if the Amelia Fang series is anything like this, it was just brilliant. It was, the characters, again, the illustrations, look. The characters are just so lovable, and look at that. This is about weather magic, and I didn't even explain the other two books to you, but you'll all know what Frostheart's about. So I don't really need to explain that to you, but it's about a girl called Ray who has grown up with no magic in a world of the Weatherlings, where everybody else that she meets, apart from her mother, has magic. So you've got Snowden, who can obviously wield snow, and Droplet, who can create magic with water. They are best friends and they are so sweet. And the one thing that I like about this is that in books that I've read before, if there's a person that doesn't have magic, or that doesn't have magic that is as strong as others, there's been like attention drawn to the fact that they don't have magic, and a lot of negative attention from other people. And the fact that this book does not even address it in that way, it's just a thing that it is. It's just, she doesn't have magic, and that's just, it is what it is. Nobody treats her any differently because of it. Nobody sort of bullies her because of it. It's just a fact of life, and some weatherlings have magic, some unfortunately don't, and that is just one thing that I'm glad Laura didn't put in the book, because it's something that is continually done over and over again. It gets really repetitive, and I don't feel like it's necessary to have that sort of aspect of a book in it. There are bullies in the book, but they're bullied for the sake of being bullies, not because she doesn't have magic. So that was a part that I really liked. There's a little cloud cat. That cloud cat is the cutest little bean. I absolutely adore it. It's a reject. All the weatherlings have cloud animals, whether you have magic or not. Again, love that bit. And Ray has a cloud cat. There's a little bit of a reject. Just explodes all the time. Just constantly collecting up these little bits of a cloud cat. And when it explodes and it gets put back together, it'll end up with an eyeball on his butt, or it'll sneeze and its tail will drop off. It's so ridiculously not true to life that it's just brilliant. It's just great. This is the first in a series as well. So at the end it says that Rainbow, Grey and friends are going to be continuing on their journeys. So I will be looking out for further books in this series, because I'm really excited to see what happens. The one thing I do find about middle grade is that there generally is like a moral to the story, whether that be in Mel, where it's like climate change, we need to take better care of our planet, whether it's in A Frost Heart, just because you're an orphan doesn't mean you are worthless, and you can do something with your life and you can make friends, and family doesn't necessarily mean blood related, and it's just things like that. These are the little underlying messages that I really love in middle grade books that you don't necessarily get in YA or adult books. And sometimes it's nice to just get a little bit of a refresher, and it's just like they can teach you things, or they can remind you of things that you may have forgotten and become more cynical about as you get older. And for me, when I say to people that I read fantasy or middle grade or that kind of thing, they automatically, I can see some people sort of like roll their eyes or sort of like look down on me for doing that. But for me, I read books that take me away from everyday life. So even if I'm reading a thriller, you know, where people are being stalked or murdered or there's a mystery to solve, anything like that, it still takes me away from real life. It takes me into a fictional place where I can just not be an adult for a little bit, and I can just be a person reading a book. Fantasy is one of my favourite genres because it's a totally different world. It is an unrealistic thing to think about. There's absolutely no way you're going to get flying cloud cats and people that can pull portal using water magic. There's just no way that can happen. And it's just the fact that I could just step into that world for a little bit of time. It's my way to relax, to just step out of my life for a little bit. So yeah, there was those three, and I don't know where it is right now because I was in a rush when I came home from my friends this morning. I also finished my pages of Fire with Fire. So me and Becca from the channel, the Becca Fowl, I will leave her links down below. We started buddy reading this last week, and we both got to a point where the last two sections, in between the two sections was a cliffhanger, and we didn't just want to leave it. So we finished the last, I think it was about 100 pages of this that we had. Was like 2 sections left of this book. So I gave this 5 stars. Oh, you can see that my book's falling over. I gave this 5 stars. I think Becca gave it 5 stars as well. The characters in this are great. So again, for those of you who don't know, this was a Fairy Loot special edition. I'd never heard of Destiny Sawyer prior to reading this book, and this follows 2 sisters, Eden and Danny. Eden is the older sister. She's very strict, she's very straight-laced, she's very focused on being a dragon slayer. She's been brought up by her parents to be a dragon slayer. She wants to do that for the rest of her life. She wants to make that her career. She is very dedicated. And then you've obviously got Danny, very lackadaisical way of training, I'd say flighty, it's like a wild child type situation, who doesn't really study but is gifted naturally, so doesn't really need to study, which then obviously annoys Eden immensely. And that, although they are close in other ways, that does seem to put like a little bit of a barrier between the two. This is not a spoiler because it's in the blurb, so if you haven't read the blurb and you don't want to know what happens in this book, then you can skip this bit. But this follows Danny, so this follows the both two sisters, but then Danny becomes soul bonded to a dragon. She's a dragon slayer. What shall happen? What I also like about this book is that romance is not the forefront of the whole thing. So whereas a lot of fantasy can start off as fantasy, but then any potential romance that could blossom seems to then become the focus a lot of the way through. That is part of it, but it's not the focus of the book. So, sorry I sound really stuffy. I've just suddenly got the sneezes and it's really annoying. These four are the four that I ended up reading and finishing during Polarthon Meltdown. And I had so much fun. I did sleep though. I feel like a little bit of a failure. I tried not to sleep for the full 36 hours, but I think it explains at the beginning of this vlog is that I wanted to nap on the Friday prior to this readathon starting, but then there was the final 2 episodes of the Buffy watch along. I got distracted, things happened, the read along then started, and I did not want to sleep during the readathon. But what I am happy about is that I read all 3 books before I fell asleep, so I didn't stay awake for the full 36 hours, but I stopped Meltdown. So I call that progress. I'll call that a win, I think. I was really tired after that. That might also be the reason why I'm feeling sniffly, because ever since I woke up from sleeping after this, I felt a bit iffy. So, lesson of the day, children. Don't try and stay awake for 36 hours when you've not got any sleep the night before and you've been up since 6 AM the day before. Yeah, probably not a good idea. But henceforth, I'm going to end this vlog and I will be editing and uploading this shortly. So, I'm going to go now and I hope you all enjoyed my little vlog. What did you read for Polarthon? Did you take part? Did you not? If you didn't, what did you read over the weekend? Because I know a few of you were on my live show. Oh, I did a live show, did I tell you? I can't remember. But yes, me and Becca did a live show. And thank you to all those who came. I really appreciate it. Like, honestly, it was brilliant. I didn't think anybody was going to turn up. And at one point we had like over 20 people on there, and it doesn't sound like a lot to some people because some people get hundreds and hundreds of people on their live shows, but it meant a lot to me, so thank you very much for everyone who came and joined in. So even if you didn't join in Polarthon, I would like to know what you read this weekend and what you're planning to read for Bookathon and the Magical Readathon in September. So until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, and I will see you all very soon.